kick it away first. He'll bring it out. That is a decision he will likely regret. He brings it out of the end zone, and he's knocked down at the 10. The Fighting Illini. Takes the field, and they'll have the ball first. We have got a tremendous matchup between these two running backs, both stars in their own right. David, both ready to make a huge impact.
I mean, how fun is it to have two guys, one on each side, when they have the football, like they can go the distance. Just dynamic speed, great vision. These defenses are in trouble because these guys can touch it a bunch of different ways, and Palmer, they can hit home runs from anywhere on the field.
And I think what makes them really unique too, Dave, is that they're very versatile guys. Both guys can run between the tackle box. They can take it outside. They can both catch the football as well. So no doubt the game plan for both offenses, feed the running back as many different ways as possible and just let him go to work.
On third down, he drops to throw. Got his man down the middle. Coming out, attacking from deep in their own end, and they're out at the 26 for the first down. New set of downs after the completion. Pulls and throws off the RPO. He's there to make the stop, and they threw it in reverse, losing yardage on that play. This crowd, full throat, spreading the eardrums and letting them know it's going to be a long day. Grabbed in the middle, it's Moore. He's really close to that first down marker, but they stop him just a bit short.
And tight ends aren't just line up and block guys. These guys are athletes. You line them up all over the field. And nowadays, you can start to feature them more and more in the passing game.
Quickly out to the tight end. Looks as if Illinois will have enough for the first down. Third and short, and I guess the only thing they really took out of play in the shotgun was the quarterback sneak.
Yeah, and that's kind of what I like to do, Reese. I mean, third and inches, I want to run the quarterback sneak, run the football, but this team fully comfortable throwing the football, and you see why. Easy pitch, easy catch, first down.
And the tackle was made, but there has been a flag thrown. That penalty moves the ball back 10 yards. We'll replay the down. Illinois putting together a really nice drive. Wants to keep it in the air. They get enough rush, and it pays off. The sack at the 20.
And they get to the quarterback and get the sack. That's a big emphasis for this defense. They saw a week ago, this offense gave up 3 sacks. They need to get to him early and often and create some indecision. Nice job getting a sack early in this football game.
The Illini just added to its workload after that last play. It's second and long. The give is to Williams. Not much running room there thanks to this senior defender.
And that run really didn't go anywhere. A lot of times we don't focus on it enough. How important those 5 guys are up front. To get on those defensive linemen, to try to move them out of...
He hurls one deep down the left side. Oh, he dropped it, and what a missed opportunity early in this football game. Illinois lining up to punt this one away. First time we've seen their punt team this afternoon. The solid return there offsets some of the punt yardage and really sets up this offense nicely. So Florida State's offense has the ball for the first time. Every team has impact players. What traits are you looking for when it comes to players who can make an impact, David?
Well, obviously, main things, right? Speed, physicality, like all power, all those things are really, really good. But you also need guys that will hold people accountable, guys that will lead. And it's nice to have those guys on your team. They're the leaders of the team, and they're the best players.
And part of the reason why they're leaders is because these guys galvanize their teammates, right? We've seen time and time again, these dudes make plays, and it just sparks the sideline. It sparks the coaching staff. It sparks the fans. They're special players, and they all have to play well today.
After picking up a couple at 2nd and 8. Got a man in the middle. Finally corralled, but not before. He picks up the first down. Much of this Seminole foundation was built around great quarterback play, some legends at that position.
Some awesome guys that spread it around to elite playmakers, and just a great history at Florida State. They've been up and down in the recent history, but this team back in the day, man, Doak was rocking. Everybody wanted to be a Florida State Seminole.
The Noles come to the line after ripping off that huge gain on the ground, trying to keep it going. Using the quick game. They knock him down, but he's got enough to get it across the line and pick up the first down. Now the offense trying to operate in the red zone. Motion from the wide receiver. The RPO, it's complete. And this one will be stopped for no gain.
Really good defense. You're trying to stay as close as you can to all these targets, and most importantly, those open field tackles and getting them on the ground as soon as they catch it. That's a major deal for defenses, and that was a good example there of it.
Backed up now, here's 2nd and long. Looking for a crease, it's ball. He'll get that one all the way down to the 4-yard line before he stopped. The Seminoles want to pick up the tempo. They'll dial up the run on 1st and goal. And he takes it in for the score. Touchdown, Noles!
And I like the running back's vision. He sees the hole, explodes through it. He knows where the goal line is, gets in the end zone, gets 6.
And the PAT makes it 7-0. Kickoff unit on the field, and this defense will be called on to protect this lead. And it'll be a touchback. The ball will come out to the 25-yard line. Here comes the Illini offense back onto the field. They really didn't move the ball at all the last time they had it, hoping for better fortune this time around. They'll put this one in play. First snap of the drive from the 25. Makes the quick grab. And a good job in coverage there as they stop it after just a few. They'll line up for a second down play. Wants to go up top. Grabbed in the backfield. It's Williams. And a good job of coverage by that defense. Just a short pickup. They're bringing the chop. They're bringing the noise on third down at the door. Timeout is called, and it's the defense wanting to make sure that everyone's on the same page for this big down. The Fighting Illini needing to move the sticks on third and short. From the gun, wants to pass. Makes the catch. And he's knocked down immediately, but not before he moves the chains.
That was a third down this offense absolutely had to have. They're already down in this game, and so on third down, you've got to find a way to win. And it's a nice job in the one-on-one, running a good route, creating some separation, quarterback throwing on time, and this offense stays on the field.
An explosive play in the running game as he's got the first down. We've come to the end of the period, and Florida State has the lead. One period in the books, and let's take a look at the stats. They are lined up and ready to go and get things started here in the second. So they'll go back to work after changing into the field. Wide receiver comes in motion. They're going to go right back to him on first down. And he never had a chance. Just stopped cold as soon as he got it. The Illini just added to its workload after that last play at second and long. Back to pass. Pressure coming. Had to get rid of it quickly. Just had to get rid of that one. Good job to find another play.
He didn't have a whole lot of time to get rid of that one. The defense was all over him right after the snap. No wonder that thing fell.
On third and long, he'll need to loosen up that arm. He ended up losing yardage on the play, and that'll bring up fourth down. Illinois runs the punt unit onto the field. This will be the second time they've had to kick it away. A fairly short distance here toward the sidelines, not his best work. Guys, here comes that Florida State offense back onto the field. What a good mix of plays, keeping that defense off balance last time, David.
And Reese, they don't know if it's run.
Turning it on! A little more space, open up that playbook even more as they pick up the first down out to the 30. And the Seminoles are in the hurry-up.
Offenses love the explosive plays through the air, pushing the ball down the field. And look at this. Sometimes it creates some momentum, and you want to capitalize. So you go get on the ball and get ready to run some no-huddle.
Picked up 2 yards on that last one. They need 8 on second down. Fire complete to the left. And good coverage by the defense, just a short gain.
Nice catch by the big target. Those big tight ends, you can tell in football, are just becoming more and more of a weapon on every single team.
Wide receiver going in motion. Caught in the backfield, it's Polk. He'll have enough for the first down, and they stop him at the 45.
How about this offense? They're rolling. They got a couple first downs together. Defense. Next, what's your response? What do you got? You got to make some adjustments here.
And a good, solid pickup there before the defense knocks him down. Man down on the play as the officials take a break to let him be checked out. The Seminoles can play this second down a lot of ways with just a few yards to go. leaves it with the back. This time the defense was ready, and they stop him in his tracks.
Offense tries to go RPO and hand off to the running back, but how about the defense up front? They're just too stout. They're not getting moved anywhere, and they're able to make it.
Oh, he's got some space. They'll pick up enough yardage for the first down. They got it at the 30.
Man, who says you can't run up the middle anymore, right? Everybody thinks, I got to make big plays. I got to go way out to the left, way out to the right, way out in space. Nope, right down the middle. Nice blocking. How about the running back? You could tell the speed.
Going for it all. Oh, he dropped it. That deep ball was right on the money. You just have to make that catch.
Man, it's so hard to play defense nowadays. You got a strike zone where you can hit people. You get flagged for targeting. You get flagged for pass interference. That was beautiful. Great job in the end zone, making it a hard window to throw into, and when he caught it, making him feel you.
Defense is going to have their hands full trying to get this guy in the ground, man. He's got some serious moves once he has the ball in his hands.
And the Seminoles had tough field position to start this drive, but they've been relentless in moving the ball methodically down the field. Here's a quick throw out to the left. And the catch it right into the end zone. Touchdown, Seminoles!
One thing this team has shown earlier this year, it does not take them long to find their footing. They get off to fast starts. That was critical for them, winning their first game, and you've seen it here in this one too. They show up ready to go. There's no sleepwalking. I think you got to give this coaching staff a ton of credit for putting their players in good positions to have success.
And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. The Illinois offense returns to the field. This is when the pressure can ramp up a little bit on an offense, David, when they start feeling the heat to answer a score.
And I think being down 14, you can kind of feel that way. But, dude, if you put a good drive together, this is a 7-point game, so Palmer, no need to panic.
I was just going to say, David, I mean, this thing can flip quick. You go down, score, all of a sudden your defense gets a stop, or who knows, better yet, gets a turnover. This game is entirely different.
They'll make the stop, but not before they use the screen beautifully and pick up the first down.
There's got to be a sense of urgency for this offense right now. They're trailing. They're going to be kicking off to open the second half. So they need points. They need to go tempo. Maybe that last first down gets them a little bit of confidence.
Got his man to the left. He's going to be out of bounds, but not before he gets it to midfield. This offense has had trouble getting it in gear, but maybe a little life here on 1st and 10. Looking downfield on first down. That pressure got to him, and he just had to chuck it out of bounds.
The offense just has not been able to find a way to get their rhythm going here in the first half. We just haven't seen it in the passing game. That was a...
And the defense picks up a sack, getting the quarterback down at the 44.
Man, this defense is dominating all game long. They have been making this quarterback's life so difficult with their pass rush. They bring him down there for the sack. They're not giving anything up. They're leading this game by a lot. We're only in the second quarter, and this ain't going to change unless this offense can find a rhythm.
Yeah, and that's one of those where you just look at the coverage. You're looking down the field, taking away all the options, making sure you don't throw that ball downfield to get the first down. The only option, check it to the running back. Now I close that space. Nice job tackling.
Opening play of this drive comes from the 12-yard line. From the gun, running back on the move.
And I kind of like how the running back didn't mess around. Like, just get downhill when you see an opening. A lot of times they close so fast, man. Be decisive, stick your foot in the ground, pick up 3 to 4, and we are not going to complain.
The clock will stop with this timeout from the offense. They'll get a chance to regroup on the sideline. They send 4 receivers onto the field, 2 to the right, 2 to the left on 2nd and 6. To the air, it's Applewhite. That's caught, it's Polk. He's brought down quickly, minimal gain there, still a bit short of the first down. Looks as if we have an injury on that last play, and we'll take a break to check him out. And the Noles come to the line on 3rd and short, hoping to keep the drive alive. They're going to go to the air on 3rd and short. Caught behind the line. It's Tatum. He steps out of bounds, but it will be enough for a first down.
Defense is about learning the plays. 3rd down, what do they like to do? How do they do it? So far, the offense having a little bit of success, but the defense now, you got to figure out what they're doing.
Looking to throw on 1st down. He's going to fire deep. Intercepted. Going the other way, and he's got room. He'll be stopped, but not before getting the football and picking up big yardage on the return. What a play there. Here we go. They'll try to get something on the board here in the final minute of the first half. They'll start this drive going to the air. And that incomplete pass caused by the big hit on 1st down, 2nd down coming. Working well behind the sticks on 2nd down. After the incompletion, back to the passing game. Quick strike complete. We got a timeout here late in the first half, and they'll try to get more points on the board before the break. A cacophony of noise, debilitating surround sound, the war chant on 3rd down at the dope. Right on the money. The offense calls a timeout to stop the clock.
Shotgun fundamentals are so key. He was like a shortstop. Caught the shotgun snap and right away rifled it out of his hands like he was turning two. That was beautiful.
To the air on 1st down. And this will be incomplete. A big hit there forces 2nd down. It'll be 2nd down, and remember, they can pick up a first without scoring. Misfired on 1st down, back to the air on 2nd. Here's a heat. Fires into the end zone. Can't make the grab as he was looking for his man right at the goal line. 3rd down play in the red zone, and this crowd is at fever pitch. Looking to throw. Here comes the heat. And the pass rush is effective, and they tackle him at the 19. Timeout right before halftime. Maybe time for 1 or 2 more plays. So they are denied a touchdown on this drive, but they'll try to put up a 3 spot before the break. This whole place going to see if this kicker can operate in a sea of noise. Absolutely perfect. Now the lead is down to 11.
I know they're trailing going into the locker room here at halftime, but kicking that field goal gives them a little bit of a jolt, a little bit of a boost of momentum that they can carry with them into the second half. And there's a lot of football left to go here. I can't wait to see what happens.
Just enough time for one final play of the half. To the air, it's Applewhite. Rushes on him. They get to him as he throws. Pick off! What a play by this defense. The return never really got started, but boy, he has set his team up at the 28. First half in the books. Time now to join Kevin Connors in our halftime update.
All right, guys, looks like we've got a great one in Tallahassee going on. And talk about a first half for the dude in that backfield. That coaching staff has been giving rave reviews on a weekly basis. And through 2 quarters today, he's been a complete game changer. He's breaking the will of this defense, and that's something that's just very tough to quantify. And with that, let's send it back to our guys at Bobby Bowden Field.
All right, Kevin, about ready to start the second half here. Third quarter will get underway as soon as Illinois kicks it off. He'll bring it back from inside his 5. He was looking for more running room, but none to be found as he stopped at the 23. All right, guys, here comes the Florida State offense onto the field. As they get ready to start this third quarter, think how big the lead might be if they'd taken care of the ball.
Well, the game might be over, Reese, but if you're on defense right now, you've gotten a couple turnovers turnovers early, and you're saying, okay, we're going to need to keep this up. We got to stay aggressive for us to have a chance to win this game, but we believe we can do it.
Yeah, you've already done it, so of course you're going to believe it. Keep playing fast, keep playing physical, and then tell your offense, hey, we need a little help over here. Can you help us out and put some points on the board?
Well, will they dial up on second and a long way to go? Back in motion, try to clear the picture. Second down, he'll throw it. And that's going to fall to the ground incomplete. That was a physical matchup there. Third down coming. And now let's see if the offense can bail itself out after the second down misfire. And it's incomplete on third down.
Well, this offense did a lot of good things there in the first half. Wouldn't surprise me if they punt this one away after that incompletion on third down. They do have the lead. I think you've got to put some trust in your defense here to not give up any points and get you the ball back.
They boot it away. They'll get down and put a stop to the return. Out the 28-yard line. Here comes the Illini offense back onto the field. These guys really need to get something going on this drive. They are still well within striking distance, but they have very little to show for their possession so far. He makes the stop almost as soon as he catches it, and they're short of the first down. Trying to make up for some of that lost ground on second down. Looking to fire. Incomplete thanks to the great defensive pressure there that sort of threw them out of rhythm. They're bringing the chop. They're bringing the noise on third down at the dope. From the gun, wants to pass. Quickly complete. There he goes. They bring him down, but the big play will move the sticks. Illinois coming out with a 1st and 10. That one never had a chance. Incomplete.
In football, you hear the term quick, but don't hurt. And you can tell when you run these RPOs, the QBs want to make that decision quick. And I think he hurried it a little bit too much. Got the ball out quick, but obviously
can't find the man, and he'll be knocked down at the 40.
Man, this defense has played so well, and this offense, they've struggled. They haven't executed greatly. They're going to have to do it against a really good defense who continues to apply pressure. They've got to find a way to protect their quarterback a little better.
Oh, they're after him. And the defense gets loose, bringing the heat, and down he goes again. make the stop, and that is exactly what you want out of your punt cover unit. Okay, guys, the Florida State offense returns to the field. They missed an opportunity to extend this lead the last time they had it, Jesse.
Yeah, they got to be able to regain that momentum, right? Go back to what was working earlier on in this one. And, David, to me, that starts with being the more physical team.
Well, I definitely agree.
It's a seam wide open. Big gain on that one as he steps out of bounds with a first down. This guy hoping to join that long line of big playmakers for Florida State, whether it's Rashad Green, Kez McCorvey, or, of course, the great Peter Warrick.
Yeah, finding those guys on the outside with game-breaking speed that you can build your offense around, that you know you can consistently throw the football, get Doak Campbell Stadium rocking, get everybody excited about Florida State.
Out of the gun, the running back has it. Swings into the open. Can White cross the plane to get the 6, but they'll have the first down.
I think a big key in this team's success today has been their ability to run the football. They've been able to just hand it off and go churn out yards. They've had this...
Into the end zone he goes. Touchdown, Florida State.
Wow, this offense, they have a lot of faith in this running back. Knowing if they get down in this area of the field, he can get it done and he can answer the bell. 2 rushing touchdowns already for this offense.
And the extra point will tack another one onto this lead. Quick work on that scoring drive, just 4 plays. Kickoff unit on the field, and this defense will be called on to protect this lead. He'll bring it out. It's Valentine. I know he thinks he can house every return, but sometimes you just have to take a knee as he stopped at the 14. The Illinois offense returns to the field. That last drive won't go on the highlight reel after ending in a punt. They'd like to be more productive this time, David.
And I think this offense has to be a little bit more balanced. Find a little balance between the run, Jesse, and working in that pass.
And I think, too, David, it's just going to take a spark. It just takes one play to get this thing picked up and going.
They'll run it to the right. And there was nowhere to go, just stopped in his tracks in the backfield.
Man, it's been a struggle for the run game for this offense. Man, this is something they hang their hat on. You saw last week, you saw the highlights, and just give it to the running back. Let him do his thing. Haven't been able to get him going. I don't know what's going on, but they got to find a way to get their talented back some space so he can make some plays.
Well, the defense just has not had an answer for this guy working out of the slot so far. Man coverage has been tricky. He's beaten the...
And you might want to think about bracketing him where you've got a defender on the outside and the inside to see if you can force the quarterback to go somewhere else with the ball.
Get him on the ground after a 4-yard run out to the 31.
And I think this has probably been the most surprising thing of this game so far. This guy's one of the best running backs in the entire country. They just can't get him going. He's never been able to get into a rhythm. You got to give the defense so much credit because they have been able to shut this guy down, and they got to keep that up here in the second half.
The Fighting Illini facing a 3rd and long to keep this drive alive. From the gun, wants to pass. Blasted as he lets it go.
Well, after struggling so much in the first half, you thought they would have made some adjustments here at halftime to see if they can open up this passing game. But early on in the second half, they're just not really able to get that done. Incompletion on 3rd down in your own end, you're expecting them to punt.
And good work by the coverage team to get the return man down on the ground. This drive opens up at the 23-yard line. Back to throw, it's Applewhite. Unloads to the wideout. And the physical play there forces the incompletion on 1st down.
Yeah, and you just wonder if the defense now has taken out some frustration. Obviously, they've been getting lit up all over the place. And that time, they finally gave it back to the offense there. Really nice, big, clean hit. This defense needs a little bit more of that as the game goes on.
And these RPOs always put the defense in a bind. But listen, you give up the run, they get a short little gain, no harm, no foul.
They'll move the wide receiver. Grab behind the line. It's pulled. He did not make it a stone wall on 3rd down. Man down on the play as the officials take a break to let him be checked out. It's 4th and 8 and never a hesitation. They'll go for it. Making side adjustments here. On 4th down, going to the air. All kinds of room to throw that one in there. That one could really put this drive into high gear as they have a 1st down at the 37. The Seminoles come to the line with a new set of downs. From the shotgun now, here's an inside give.
And man, the big up front, they don't get a lot of credit. They don't get talked about a lot unless it's negative, but they're the big component, man. They've got to get some push, to get some running lanes, get this running game going. They're the ones that make it go.
Got enough for the 1st, and he's still going. Found enough room to get it into enemy territory. They're down at the 43-yard line. Time winding down in the quarter as they come to the line.
And how about the running back, man? Rips off a big play. This offense creates some momentum, and what do? They keep their foot on the gas right back on the football to try to keep this offense rolling.
And they'll move the chains with the 1st down. That might be it for the 3rd quarter. And you want to talk about his favorite receiver, it might be everybody based on the number of guys getting touches and a chance to show off their hands in the passing game. One more quarter to play, and it might be unlikely, but hey, it's college football. Comebacks happen. They go back to work in the final period of this one. They've got him looking run. Now they're going to throw it. Caught in the backfield, it's Tatum. Oh, better check some ankles. He makes a move and gets down to the 24.
Man, this guy's going to need some water when he gets to the sidelines. They've been putting him to work on this drive, right? We've seen him toting the rock with success. Now you're seeing him get involved in the passing game, too. They are highlighting his versatility here on this drive.
Looking to throw, it's Applewhite. On target to the left. Touchdown!
no mercy rule in college football, man. They've got a huge lead here in the fourth quarter. They are still chucking it, and they are still scoring.
Let's go to the studio now and check in with Kevin Connors. Kevin, what do you got?
Interesting matchup this week in the Big 12 today. In fact, they're all interesting this season. Cincinnati is down, but not out of it. Not in Nippert Stadium. One of the best home field advantages in all of college football. They're trailing by 13 to Virginia. We'll circle back if anything changes in this interesting Big 12 matchup. Back to you guys.
Thanks for the update on that one. Kevin, let us know when it goes final.
I know that wasn't a huge, sexy gain. I know not everybody's jumping up and down, but what it does do is put you in a great position to succeed on second down. 2nd and 10, really hard. 3rd and 10, really hard. Now you're in a manageable situation. It really gives you the whole playbook.
From the 39-yard line, it's 1st and 10.
That's a first down for the offense.
Time running out, and he goes down at the 34.
Man, I think this quarterback needs to take his offensive line out for dinners more often because they're not protecting him. And sometimes it doesn't even look like they're trying. That now the 6th sack of the game for this defense.
Got him downfield. Turning it on. Touchdown, Illinois. He got a step and just dusted the field.
Quarterback's abilities to read the field is huge, and also the anticipation, the timing. To be able to throw the football, Jesse, and hit a guy in stride so he can get run after the catch and get in the end zone, that was a nice job by the quarterback.
Yeah, it's critical, David. And listen, a lot of times touchdown passes aren't thrown into the end zone. You've got to read the coverage, hit the open guy, and let him do the rest.
Timeout called here by the defense. It's their first of the half. They're down big, but they'll keep fighting to the bitter end and line up for the onside kick here. And a few anxious moments, but the hands team is able to fall on it. Big time play by the defense. He'll lose 4. The Seminoles have it back. They'll try to get that offensive spear flaming. This offense has really been clicking in the game so far, Jesse.
No doubt. Everything their play caller is dialing up, these guys offensively have been able to go out and execute them.
Yeah, and it's just maintaining the lead. Keep doing what you've been doing. You got a big lead. Let's just keep piling it on until they find an answer.
The Noles can really attack on this 2nd and short. Quickly to the tight end. Brought down at the 32-yard line. Picks up 15 yards on the play and an important first down.
And that's why QBs love their tight ends so much, right? Especially when they're athletic, because they make short throws turn into long gains. Because of his ability after the catch, it's so unique and special. He is dominant in this offense.
And I know you can play these late-game situations differently, but I love when you just stay physical. You run the football. You preserve the lead. You got great field position. You're in a great position to salt this clock away and get a W.
The short hands. It's Tatum. Oh, he's got enough space. Touchdown, Seminoles. And the route is on.
Loving what I'm seeing from this offense this week. I'm talking to them. They felt like last week's win was a lot closer than what it should have been. They didn't play to their full potential, but they did that here in this game. When they're hitting on all cylinders, they are scary.
Kickoff unit back to work, and they have been busy as they've built this sizable lead. And it'll be a touchback. The ball will come out to the 25-yard line. Here comes the Illini offense back onto the field. Out of the gun, the give to the back. These little gains can start to add up as he gets it up to the 34. The Fighting Illini with options here on 2nd and short. The give is to Williams. And he'll have enough for the first down at the 42.
It's got to feel good as an offense knowing that early in the drive you can turn around, hand it off, get a push up front, and go get positive yardage.
And the quarterback is toast back at the 35.
Goodness gracious, this is a master class, a clinic on how to get to the quarterback. The 7th sack of the game, are you kidding me? That's a season for some teams. They've lived in the backfield.
The Illini just added to its workload after that last play. It's 2nd and long. Tight end now in motion. The play action fake. Snagged in the middle. It's Williams. And maybe he'll get back to the line of scrimmage, but no more than that. Illinois now facing 3rd and forever. Looking to throw, and he needs a chunk play. Finds his man. It's Williams. He is not going to get there. Stopped short of the line to gain, and it'll be 4th down. The defense calls the timeout. They're 2nd of the day as they try to get their act together. Coach has no choice here. The offense has to stay on the field, down multiple possessions this late. 4th down attempt coming. A deep throw as the clock winds down. Picked off inside the 20, and they snuff out the threat.
And that's kind of what this offense has done all day. They have struggled. They haven't gotten a rhythm. They haven't found a way to get points on the scoreboard. And late in this game, when your defense and your team really needed it the most, Palmer, they throw the INT.
And it's a microcosm, too, of just how dominant the defense has been. They've always been a step ahead. They've been the more physical side, and they've been making plays on the back end. That interception should seal this thing.
The Seminoles in a good spot here with 2nd and short. Motion from the wideout. Grabbed behind the line. It's Polk. There he goes. They'll make the stop, but that 1st down ought to ice it, and they should be able to kneel this one out.
Really nice job on that play. Quarterback and receiver being on the same page. Quarterback not telegraphing the throw, and the receiver does a nice job finding the
pressure all over the quarterback, and down he goes at the 24.
Well, that's not Lamar Jackson back there scrambling around. This is a guy the defense felt like if we can get him out of the pocket and flush him, we can get after him and chase him, bring him down, and they did that one pretty easy there, getting the sack.
And the Seminoles with a long way to go after the loss on the last play. Caught in the backfield. It's Tatum. And that defense is all over that one. No room to run after the catch. Offense calls a timeout here. Critically important to make sure they have the right play called and everyone on the same page here. Ball's at the 29. Defense can taste getting off the field. It's 3rd and long. Back to throw, it's Applewhite. He lets it fly. Oh, he had it. The deep ball was there, and it just trickled through his fingers.
You know, I'll give it to the defense here. Obviously, it has not been their day, and this offense has gone up and down the field, lighting up the scoreboard. But you're still seeing this defense compete. And on 3rd and long, expecting pass, everybody on the same page, get the incompletion. That's something positive that their coaching staff can point to when they review the film.
The Illinois offense returns to the field. This has been a really disappointing performance, David, no question about that, but they can find some positives.
Yeah, and every time you watch the tape, you know, Jesse, coaches are pointing out, look at this. This was open if we'd have just ran the details to the right route, hung on to the football. Little things can make a big difference.
Yeah, that's why they call it a game of inches, David. But I'll say this, if you're on offense, don't go on social media this week. It ain't going to be pretty after this performance. You've got to lock in. You got to take the week of practice very seriously and find those positives that you can build off, David, that you're talking about.
The offense will use a timeout. Clock is stopped with 22 seconds left. Now they've moved it just inside the 40. 1st and 10 from the 39. Wants to throw on 1st down. Catch in the middle. It's Williams. Just sledgehammering his way down to the 33.
And this game is obviously out of hand. But I think the fans would argue, too, at this point, like, all right, well, let's not throw checkdowns, right? Let's throw some deep balls and continue to open up this offense and keep fighting. I think that's what you want to see. You want to see your squad not quit. Keep fighting until the very end of the football game.
To the air on 2nd down. Looking for a big gain. A sensational grab down the field there as they try to at least put a positive spin on the end of this game. They'll use the timeout. 6 seconds left on the clock. After this, it'll be a wrap. They'll go to the air. This is what you're looking for when you have the better team. Go out and show it. Don't fool around with them. Go out and play to a standard of excellence.